Okay, we're a nice, small but mighty group, right?
Yeah.
I'm John. You guys all know me. Everybody knows me.
I didn't know you.
Oh, you don't know me.
I do now.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm John. I am the co-host of this group. This might take a while. You can sit.
Oh, okay. I'll just stand over here. Here, I'll go in here and
Go in the green room.
just call me out.
And we are the Naples Bitcoin and Blockchain Group. Our mission is to accelerate a peaceful transition to a Bitcoin economy. We do that through education, community, and technical assistance. And so this is the community part and the education part combined. And if you ever need technical assistance, setting up a wallet, anything like that, you can contact us.
Really?
We will help you with those things, and we do not charge you for that. We have a Discord group. Most of you are probably on it already, but if you know what Discord is and you use Discord, you can scan that code. Nobody's got their phones out, so I'll move on. We also have a lot of you probably found us on Meetup, so we're on meetup.com, but we are also on X. So this is our X page that you should be following if you're not.
I got my phone out.
And
What's it called?
it's called Naples Bitcoin and Blockchain Group. Naples Bitcoin and Blockchain Group. And then our team also produces a interview Larry Lepard and Aaron Van Weerdum and Dominic Frisbee and lots of people. So
That's on YouTube.
that is on X as well. It is also on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's Protocol Pulse on YouTube. You can find that. We'll set you up there.
Okay.
Everybody else is already there because this is our regulars here. And then Bitcoin Day is coming up. This is our annual Naples conference, Bitcoin Day, the 4th annual, on January 17th. And tickets are still available at the regular ticket price through Christmas, which is $199, and then they're going to jump up to $299 or maybe even higher, depending on where we end up having the event.
What do we know about the speakers yet?
Speakers. So we got quite a few speakers already committed and quite a few more in the works. Natalie Brunel, Larry Lepard, Dr. Sean Baker, Bob Burnett, Luke Dasher. Whoops, what did I just do? What did I do? That was weird.
That's an old photo of Luke.
That's the one they gave me. Matty Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are a few more. There's a whole speaker list down here. There's a few more speakers, and we'll be adding more. We'll be adding quite a few more over the next couple of weeks. And then we also, I mentioned it earlier, we're doing a VIP dinner, a carnivore dinner with Dr. Sean Baker the night before. And tickets, we'll have a web page and tickets up for that as well soon. So pay attention to this web page, check it every once in a while if you're interested in that. Okay, any questions?
Where's the dinner going to be at?
The dinner is going to be at a private residence, which will be revealed after you buy a ticket. But yes, it's going to be a really, really good dinner. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it, Lindsay?
Well, we're arranging a carnivore dinner, which includes a local farm, grass-fed farm, 7-star farms. We have a half cow that's being butchered tomorrow and hung and preserved and aged for 3 weeks.
Nice.
We're going to do organs and all parts of the beef, so you get the full experience, as well as some pork and some fish and some chicken, and really teach people about the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
All right.
And the chef.
The chef, yeah.
We haven't secured the chef yet, though.
Well, he's committed.
Oh, he's, okay.
Yeah, so we have 2 local chefs. One is going to be more an advisor and kind of give some input. He is with Nat, which is a local restaurant that's really hidden gem in Naples. That's Ming Lee. And then there's another chef that's opening a restaurant downtown. That's Chef
Court.
Court, thank you.
Court. Took me a while.
His name escaped. He's worked at a Michelin restaurant, and he has a really nice spin on ancestral meats and game meat. So it's gonna be fun.
It'll be a fun night. So Lindsay's our volunteer to organize this whole thing for us, so thank you.
Very nice.
All right, and hello, Jill, welcome. So all that stuff is coming. Just pay attention to this website for all the details as we get them pulled together, and hopefully we'll see lots of you there. Plus all the speakers from the event will be at that VIP dinner, including Dr. Sean Baker, who will be the featured speaker for that night. All right, and without further ado, guest tonight and sponsor, thank you very much, Jake, is Jake, what the hell is your last name?
Seifert.
Jake Seifert from AirBTC. And I'm gonna just let you plug in and introduce yourself, and he's gonna tell us
You
about.
can just leave it on.
Oh.
Or no, it's,
No, you have to
I don't
plug
even
in.
need it.
You don't need
I'll
it?
just freestyle it. No, it's
Sure. Okay. All right. Okay. Welcome, Jake.
Thanks for having me. Well, good evening. I'm Jake from AirBTC. We're a short-term rental platform, very similar to Airbnb, but Bitcoin, Lightning, and on-chain payments are enabled. We have properties all across the globe, but we do have a lot of stuff in Latin America, but there's new stuff that comes online every day, and we are trying to bring, if you have a short-term rental property anywhere in the world, you can actually use it as a Bitcoin miner and get people to spend Bitcoin with you. So yeah, we want to bring Bitcoin as a medium of exchange to the forefront of people's thought process when they think about Bitcoin. So tonight I'm going to talk about medium of exchange. I think a lot of you know about the best savings technology on the planet, Bitcoin. It's, what everyone hears about from Michael Saylor and a lot of people on the internet. And I don't disagree with them. For the most part, I think we should save in Bitcoin long term. But at the same time, we also have to spend Bitcoin and get it into more hands all across the world and bring everyone with us on this boat to Valhalla. So I stand before you today, not as just a Bitcoiner, but as someone who believes in transformative power of open money. I believe that we're very early and we haven't reached the masses yet. We hear about things on CNBC all day. People sit in front of big screens and tell you about Bollinger Bands and where the market might go. But the only way Bitcoin can really succeed is through a medium of exchange, and that's what I'm going to try and preach to you today. So Bitcoin will not succeed because it becomes digital gold. It won't succeed because it's a speculative asset. It will not succeed because it's the next new fad. The only way it really will succeed is becoming a global medium of exchange. So we didn't come here to recreate Wall Street, right? It's a peer-to-peer stock. No, Bitcoin's not a peer-to-peer stock. It's not a new way to get rich, which some people have gotten rich from it. It's not a decentralized way to hoard wealth. I mean, it could be. But the Bitcoin white paper was a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That's what it was all about. Cash, not collateral, not an ETF, not IBIT, not MSTR, not an ETF, not a trading app, cash, right? And cash is meant to be exchanged amongst people. Somewhere along the way, Bitcoin's price rose and speculation became the dominant narrative, right? And we forgot this, but we forgot that Bitcoin was meant to move, to circulate, to empower people directly, without middlemen, without banks, without custody or custodians. And, this whole idea of giving, oh, I have exposure to Bitcoin. Oh, I know about Bitcoin. Every Thanksgiving I go and we talk to my family, and some of them say, oh yeah, I have Bitcoin. How do you have Bitcoin? Oh, well, I have this ETF. I have this Robinhood stock. That's not Bitcoin, right? You can't leave on a plane with 12 or 24 words in your head and go anywhere in the world and have your Bitcoin with you at all times. So a store of value that never moves, that's not a monetary system, right? Let me challenge a common belief. First, Bitcoin became a store of value and only later became a medium of exchange. We've been saying this for over a decade, but when does later become never, right? We say price volatility is the reason we don't spend it, right? People get all clammy when they're like, oh yeah, why would I ever spend the hardest asset in the world? I think this is like the wrong way to look at things, right? I think the perspective needs to change from hoarding to distributing between other humans and bringing people all together on this Bitcoin train. So a money that has no users is a money that stays volatile. So if we don't use it, I think it might die. And I know that might sound dramatic, but at the end of the day, a money that stays volatile is money that people refuse to use, the loop that we're stuck in, right? Bitcoin won't become stable by being locked away in hardware wallets. It won't become stable when it only becomes stable when millions of people use it every day as a medium of exchange, right? If Satoshi invented a car, maybe Bitcoiners today have decided to polish it, park it in a garage, brag about how much it's worth, while insisting that it's not safe to drive until everyone else drives it first, right? This technology, it's moving at such a rapid pace, but I think it's being co-opted by large players, by big banks, right? And keeping it away from us, the people. So the real power really becomes from using Bitcoin, not holding it. I want to share something personal with you guys today. I traveled to El Salvador, to Costa Rica, to Colombia, to all these places in Latin America where they use Bitcoin. It's very prevalent there. And I think there's many reasons for that. But for the majority of the people that I come in contact that use Bitcoin, they're not, upper middle class people. They're everyday folks who maybe they have a pupusa stand or a fruit stand, and they want to save some Bitcoin. They want to be able to pay their neighbor in Bitcoin. And these people are the ones that need it the most, right? So I went to El Salvador. There was a pupusa stand, this lady, Mama Rosa. She has a pupusa stand in El Zonte, which is a very popular place. A lot of Bitcoiners know about this place. It's like the Mecca for Bitcoin. It's one of the first circular economies ever built. And the Mama Rosa, her business was very small when I first got there 3 years ago. Very tiny little shack on the side of a highway. And I go back 6 months later or a year later, she adds a new machine. She's got more space. She's got more people to work for her. Bitcoin has enabled her to create more and do more economically. And I think a majority of Americans don't really realize this perspective because we don't need Bitcoin, right? We have banking. We have ease of banking is so easy. Anybody can go to PNC or JP Morgan, Chase, and get an account. And your minimums are what, $50 a month or something. And maybe you don't even have to pay for a checking account. But in these other countries like El Salvador, for instance, they pay $30 to $50 a month. And when the median income of these places is like minimum wage, I think just got raised to $400 a month. It's outrageous what these people are experiencing. And the circular economy is the only way that this lady has been able to flourish and she's utilized Bitcoin not only as a store of value, but as a medium of exchange where she can take and buy goods and services with Bitcoin. So the idea is that we need to find more purveyors that want to sell lumber or whatever you do. If you're a construction guy, try and find a guy to pour you a concrete slab in Bitcoin, right? It's just little things that you can do, each and every one of us can do in our own lives that can affect the network, right? So if we can bring more people onto Bitcoin to accept Bitcoin and use Bitcoin as payment, this is the way. So I don't want to get too wordy, but I'm very passionate about it, and I think that maybe in the United States we can start to adopt it quicker, but these other places around the world, they adopt it so fast because they need it, right? When we get cornered into a certain place in our lives, and this isn't just one part of living, but like, you know, you're in a certain position, you're either fight or flight, right? So I think we're almost getting to that point in America where people feel disenfranchised and you know, disregarded by the masses and large banks and the whole system itself. But I think Bitcoin can really unite us and get back to this world where we can, you know, we can use our power that we have in our own understanding of what, you know, what we can create and find value for it and exchange Bitcoin for that value. So I would encourage everybody to somehow find someone to accept Bitcoin. Maybe the next time you go to a barber, hey, listen, can I tip you in Bitcoin? Oh, what's Bitcoin? Cool. Maybe you just orange pill a guy before you got a haircut. You know, you sit there 20 minutes, you just baptize someone, you know. They call us, we're cult. They're like, oh, you're in a cult. Well, we kind of are, okay? But the cult only works if we like continue to like get people in the cult, right? But it's not going to be a Jim Jones situation where we all drink juice at the end. But there is cookies in the back if anyone's hungry. But yeah, that's all I have. Yeah. Sure. So our platform, we started in about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. The site didn't go live until last August. We're underfunded, or bootstrapped, however you want to say it. We've used all of our own capital to create this product. When we first started, when we launched in August, we had 5 properties. And now we have close to 700, I think.
Wow.
And every day there's more and more people that would love to accept Bitcoin for payment with their short-term rental. And we tell you, you know, if you do own a home and you already have an existing Airbnb business or something, this isn't going to change your life overnight. It's not like, hey, you're going to have 100 listings a year or something. No, we have to build this thing and then market it to the right folks. But the idea is to get Bitcoiners from maybe here in Naples to fly to El Salvador next time you go, use AirBTC and spend sats throughout the community. And the easiest way to do that is through us, because what we do is we'll give you a travel guide while you're in these different countries to tell you, well, first of all, how to travel like a Bitcoiner, what kind of wallet to use, what the coolest places are that accept Bitcoin, 5-star restaurants, or 3-star, maybe in these third world countries, it's just like a hot dog shack, right? But the idea is that we're creating value for the community, and we want to bring those outside funds, the Bitcoin, to these communities so the circular economy can be bolstered. This is version 1 of our platform. We are actually building and have been building for the past 6 months a new platform with better UX and UI that's AWS. You know, it's the real deal. This is kind of put together with duct tape and spit and hard sweat, or however, I don't know, whatever analogy you can come up with. But yeah, so the next version, we're going to be offering Bitcoin loans. So if you would like to go on vacation, 80% of people who go on vacation use a credit card, which means that they delay the payment. So we would also like to give people an opportunity to not have to sell their Bitcoin to go on vacation, but to take out a small microloan. So we're trying to get the microloan as low as 500, which is very, very difficult to do in the industry, is to find a very small Bitcoin loan. We do have 1,000. We have talked to
many people in the industry and gotten a commitment from a lender to do $1,000 minimum loans. And we think that that'll give more people an opportunity to utilize our platform and not to have to sell their Bitcoin, because, we are up against the wall with our platform. We obviously are asking people to spend Bitcoin, and it's very hard for you to do so because of your, the gut check that you're like, oh, well, this is going to be $1 million one day. If I go on vacation, maybe that vacation will cost me $20,000 in the future. But I don't think we should be thinking about it that way. I think we should really be open to creating this world that we want to live in the future, and take the opportunity to utilize Bitcoin as it's intended, as money, and to give other people an opportunity to collect some of these sats that we can distribute throughout the world. Because if you just hold your money in cold storage, or you're the hardest asset on the planet in cold storage, and you don't do anything, you never spend it, I'm going to be out there actively trying to spend Bitcoin, only making your bag more worthy. But if you did it as well, we think that the price appreciation will be multiplied because of the fact that we're doing this outward. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
So your account, so we have an Airbnb. So our account would be established would then just be connected to some type of wallet.
So you can pick any kind of wallet. We don't have a wallet yet in version 1 or version 2. It is an idea to have a wallet on version 3, but the idea is that we would like you to provide the wallet per stay. So you could have a new wallet address every time. So either A, you don't want to be tracked, whatever you would like to do. But for you, the idea that you can have this short-term rental, and you already have it, you already have an existing business that you're doing. It's almost a no-brainer to put it up on our site because it's free, right? It's free to market your property. And I have some really cool stories. There's a guy who went to Austin, Texas, and rented a room from some other host, and they hit it off, and they're both Bitcoiners, and found out one of the guys was a developer, the other guy owned a Bitcoin business. The guy ended up, after leaving and the dinner and checked out, he got a job offer to work in the Bitcoin business. I feel like this world that we live in, it's like so ones and zeros and Zoom calls, and like it's outrageous. We need to get back to this like human interaction thing, right? That was so prevalent and should be prevalent. So we're bringing the human element back, and we who would you rather have in your house than a Bitcoiner, right? Like I've met many Bitcoiners throughout my journeys, and they're the kind of people I want to hang out with, be around. Some of the most responsible people I've ever met. So when you think about, oh, are they going to ruin? Are they going to put wipes down the toilet? Are they going to do this? No, these people are good people, So, yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, Jake. For example, I stayed a lot of Airbnbs in Eastern Europe, and enjoy it. I like the platform. How, besides paying with Bitcoin, how have you approached breaking into that market? Is it an exact copy of how Airbnb does it, or?
No, Airbnb is like, we can't touch them, right? They have $7 billion of debt or whatever. They have it's a hard train to stop, right? So for us, we need Bitcoiners like this meetup group, for instance. Just like in Eastern Europe, if you would like to see AirBTC in Eastern Europe, we have to make outward reach to them because they probably don't even know about us. We have 9,000 followers on X. We're a recent project. We're a little over a year old. So if that's something that you want, if you want to go to Eastern Europe, then I would recommend that you reach out to people in Eastern Europe in the Bitcoin community and say, hey, does anybody have a short-term rental? Love to see them on AirBTC. And we can't do everything on our own. Like, I think the network effect is a real thing, and like we need people like you and everyone here to espouse the same messaging about Bitcoin and short-term rentals.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great now because, unless you like real live fireworks, you probably don't want a vacation in Ukraine. But they do use a lot of
Fireworks, huh?
they do use Bitcoin is very popular there. So I can envision it. The world won't last forever. From here, like obviously, like our area, you have 30-day minimums, except for a place on the beach, perhaps. The 30-day minimum, so you never think of Airbnb when you're thinking a 30-day minimum, but this, why not? Well, couldn't you do it for 30 days if you have people that want to spend their winters in the warmth down here?
Yeah, I mean,
But Airbnb, well, your short-term rental or the 30-day minimum that your county puts on you or the city or whatever, that's like a local issue. I have nothing to do with that.
Oh, right. Exactly.
So
It's by building, so certain buildings have times
Yeah.
for 30-day minimums, it's the condo.
Oh, I
HOA.
see.
HOAs and condos associations.
Yeah.
But if
Well,
you,
the city of Naples doesn't allow short term for single family either. So it just depends where you are.
yeah, I mean, in Germany, it's crazy. Like in Berlin, you need 3 different permits to list your house.
Wow.
So, but we don't abide by those rules.
I think what Steve is suggesting, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, is that can somebody list on your platform and say this is a 30-day minimum rental?
Yes, so we have, so it's each listing is cultivated by you. So if you say that you need a 30-day minimum, that's what's going to be on the listing. We have short and long-term rentals. We also are going to be doing Bitcoin real estate sales in the future to offer your property. So while you're renting it out, and you can also put it up for sale.
Yeah.
how will that work? Can you talk about that? Because we're in real estate.
Sure. Which part of it will work? The escrow part, which part? The lending, the borrowing?
The escrow part.
So we're actually developing it right now. I can't go into too many details about how it's going to work, but people are tokenizing real world assets all across the planet. And but for us, there's technology that Bitcoin holds that we can actually tap into, and we will need some larger partners to do so. So in the beginning, what we're going to do for real estate sales is offer it as kind of a finder's fee, and so we won't get into the technical details in the first version when we roll it out next year. But we will eventually be partnering with large real estate companies, and we will be able to bring to market. I think we're going to try and actually add on like the entirety of the MLS. It's a hard uphill thing to create, but we don't think it'll be, from a technical aspect, it's going to be difficult. The hurdles will be difficult over the next year, but we think by fourth quarter next year, we will be able to have the real estate sales portion buttoned up. Yeah.
How do you guys make money? Do you get a percentage?
We get 15% fee. So if it's $100 a night, we get 15. And the way it works is the payout would happen after the stay is completed. So a lot of Airbnb hosts, they'll get paid like many years ago. After the fact, you would get a payout maybe a couple days after, 3 or 4 or 5 days after. Now I think Airbnb pays you quite rapidly. So what we do is we need to make sure that everything was kosher. So like if you say there's hot water and there's not hot water, we have to make sure that everyone's happy at the end of the day. And this goes into the next step and next iteration is this like multi-sig releasing of funds. And that's how the escrow piece will work. But yeah, so the payout will happen after the stay, but then if we've done business like 2 or 3 or 4 times, everything you say is you know, at your house, you'll get a payout as soon as they check in. But that takes time. It's like this trust factor that we have to abide by.
So I have a comment about spending Bitcoin. Everybody says spend and replace, right? As the way to do it. I like to look at it the other way around.
Me too.
Replace and spend. Replace and spend. So if I know I'm going to go on a vacation and I'm going to use your platform and pay in Bitcoin
Or anything.
I'll buy the $5,000 in Bitcoin first, and then know that that's going to be my spending money. So that's a great way to rethink it. You don't have
It's in and out, no
you don't have to spend your savings.
Yeah.
You just buy some to spend.
Absolutely.
Like prepaid.
And there's no tax implications.
Avoid all that.
Right. You avoid the capital gains. I mean, there might be some tax implications.
Very.
Yeah, it might be a loss.
Yeah, right.
It could be a loss. Yes.
Depending on No.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually come into some issue with this. Like some people had booked some place at 120K that when Bitcoin was at 120, and then it went down to 80. So like, why not just cancel that and go to the and then repurchase. So people are as trustworthy as we want to be as Bitcoiners. People are still gonna like look out for themselves in the best way they can, but they would incur like some slippage or loss there, because we have a unrefundable fee if you cancel. Certain listings have unrefundable fees, but it's curated, so each individual listing. I mean, we have a yacht that sometimes it's in Maine, sometimes it's in Fort Lauderdale. And you can rent it, right? But they also ask for a deposit of like 1 Bitcoin to even rent the place. There's a lady I've been talking to back and forth. She has a place in Long Beach, California. Apparently the Olympics are going to be there, and she's like, I've got this $20 million house. I'd love to rent it out on AirBTC, but I would require that a 10 Bitcoin deposit, because she has I guess she has a Degas in the house, a painting. Yeah. I'm like, I don't think anyone's gonna book that, but we'd love to have it on our site,
There are a lot of whales out there that
Yeah.
would be willing to do a 10 Bitcoin deposit, knowing that they're not going to harm the home,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That they'll get it back. 10
And they're the
Bitcoins.
ones you want as your customer.
10,
That's who we want. Yes.
yeah, 10 Bitcoins is nothing to a lot of people.
Flying it on a private jet.
Especially when you bought it at $100.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you all.
We got so much time.
All
left.
10 of
We
you.
gotta ask Jake a lot of questions because we still have a whole hour left in our
So
time.
is it, so you receive the funds,
Huh?
so you're kind of the bank.
Yeah.
Right? You receive the funds and then you distribute them you take your 50% stream to
We do.
the hosts as they took good care of your guests.
Right now we do. Right now we custody, but we're in the process of creating this escrow piece that is a multi-sig release of funds. So if you're a host and he's the guy renting from you, he says everything went good, you say everything's good, then you both sign the transaction and you get the money. So then we don't even have to custody it. It's like time locked. I know it's kind of a complex thing to think about, but Bitcoin has all these features that we can really tap into to create a more trustless environment.
Did you have to get a money transmitter license to be able to custody or some sort of money license?
Well, we're based out of the Cayman Islands, so it's a good question.
All right, well, so You recently wrote an article.
Should I do stand up?
No. You recently wrote an article that I read titled "Get Off Zero." Yeah. So
Yeah.
Can you rattle off some of your points from your "Get Off Zero" article?
I don't know. When did I write that?
Like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe.
Okay. I think I've lived like 4 lives since then. Get off zero. Yeah. I don't know. Raise your hand if you have Bitcoin.
Ray in here.
I was like, what is he doing? So, I think, especially this group, I think I can say this, but like if I was in the third world, I'd be like, I couldn't say this. But we all probably go and have coffee, or we go to lunch, or we do something that we didn't really have to do. And there's money that you could utilize in a better manner than an $8 drink at Starbucks, or $12, as my wife likes to buy. But even just a little bit of money on these daily buys, you can use there's so many ways to buy Bitcoin now. Back in the day, it used to be very hard. You have to get a meetup group or find a Bitcoin ATM and spend 10+% or whatever they want to price their Bitcoin at to buy it. 20, which is crazy. But hey, it was probably a good investment either way if you had to pay 20% over market. But I think the idea is that, I think people get bogged up into this, hey, the price is 92,000. There's no way I'm never going to reach that, right? But the goal isn't 1 Bitcoin anymore. It used to be, right? Maybe 2017, whatever year, 1 Bitcoin was the goal. Now the goal is 0.01, right? $1,000. Once you hit that goal, you're like, okay, my next goal is 0.10, right? And every day, if you just go through this understanding that you don't have to spend money on these Starbucks drinks or like that extra burger, and just put it away and just buy Bitcoin.
And the world will come to know what a Satoshi is, and we will speak of Satoshi instead of Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the dollar Satoshi parity is really, I think that's the ultimate goal, right? Is when people can really understand, because when we even price things in Satoshis, but people don't even know what that means, right? Like look at the top here, 60,000 Satoshis. If I were to cover this and be like, hey, how much is 60,000 Satoshis? Nobody knows, right? And it's constantly fluctuating anyways. But eventually when we get down the line a little bit further with dollar sat parity or maybe just more stability, people understand what Satoshis are. But I would encourage everyone to just buy a little bit, just every day, every week, every month, whatever it is that you can stack away, because maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's for your grandkids. Maybe it's for their kids. Because generationally, I think I have 3 kids myself, so I think about this all the time. How can I make their lives better? How can I give them an opportunity to be a yoga teacher and not have to worry about money if that's what they want to do with their life? Most people are stuck in this rut of like, oh, I have to get a job. I have to pay. Oh, I got to go to school, get all these loans, do this, do that. If there's another way that you can help them in this journey, and it doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to really shell out $100,000 to be into Bitcoin. Just every day, every week, just stack a little bit, because it really will be meaningful over the long run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got kids too, and my kid really understood it when he started putting his chore money into Bitcoin and started seeing that appreciate, right? And now he has a solo miner, right? One of those little BitAxe miners, and that's the next step, right? Once you have Bitcoin, then you want to contribute to the network. And so now, we got him set up doing that. And of course, now he wants a few more, right? He wants to up his hash rate. But watching it, those, just essentially seeing the network in real time and realizing that you're a part of it and that you actually have the chance of unlocking a block, right, and getting that 3.12 whatever
I think it's
Bitcoin
happened 6 times this year.
from those solo
From a
miners,
solo
right?
miner.
Yeah, which is incredible, right? So every 10 minutes you have a chance, right, with a small $150 device. So the reason I'm bringing this up is if you have any grandkids or anything like that, Christmas is coming up, right? Be a great gift. But first you got to get them interested, right? And that's where just, maybe gifting them some Bitcoin or, paying them in their, if they do you a solid, mow your lawn, give them some Bitcoin, right? And then perhaps, so maybe that the next step will be mining. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't give my kids are all adults, so my grandkids are not, but I don't give them presents anymore, I only give them Bitcoin. So I put Bitcoin into an account every Christmas, every birthday.
Can you adopt me?
Yeah.
I want one.
It's only a little bit,
Oh.
just a little bit, $50 worth, $100 worth, whatever I would have spent on a gift, I put that amount in there, and then, so I told my adult children, or I told my grandchildren, when they reach the age of 25, if they don't want to, if not before, I'll teach them how to do it themselves before, but when they get to the age of 25, I will transfer the Bitcoin that I've accumulated for them to their own wallet.
So your custody, it's a non-custodial.
I'm custodying Bitcoin for my grandkids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
It's all from the grave.
For my adult children, I'm just transferring to them,
Nice.
and what they do with it, I don't know. But
One of your mottos at AirBTC is that you can be mining with
Yeah, that's neat.
your real estate, right? So that is, a unique way to look at it, getting Bitcoin from renting out a room, right? So I think people can wrap their head around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a real world. It's as tangible as real estate is, and how Bitcoin seems to not many people know. I mean, I can have Bitcoin in here, right, or in there, but I can't put it on the table and show you my Bitcoin. But you can walk into a house and say, hey, this house generated this much Bitcoin this month. It's kind of a cool thing to see in real life.
Absolutely.
How many hits have you got on your website?
Hits,
Well,
like
views,
active users or something.
users,
Active users, 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
Do you market it at all? Do you
I
spend
mean, no.
marketing?
No, I just go to conferences, talk, write stuff, write
Where's your
articles.
home?
Where do I live?
Yeah,
I live in.
Where's your office? Where do y'all work from?
We work from the internet.
I mean, where did it originate? I mean,
So my co-founder's in South Africa, and I'm in Orlando, Florida.
oh, I see.
Yeah. So how we got hooked up was I have short-term rentals, and I wanted to find an outlet to accept Bitcoin for payment. And there was some defunct projects out there, so it was like a real-world problem that I had. It kind of created the next steps. But yeah, so it was easier to set up the company in the Cayman Islands, and that's why we did it, because my partner's in South Africa. It's an interesting process to do Delaware, and all of the stuff that we've heard really recently about how great Delaware was in the past. I don't think that works anymore. But yeah, so I think we're gonna have a subcorp in El Salvador because we're doing a lot of work in El Salvador. I lived there 3 months this year, and I go probably 5 times a year, take the family. So we love it down there, and I would encourage everybody to go to El Salvador because that place it's something else every time. So I actually made a deal with some hotel partners. So we have the Hilton, the Holiday Inn, and the Plaza in San Salvador. Now they accept Bitcoin for payment, and you can book them through AirBTC.
Nice.
Yeah. So the next iteration is also going to have many hotels. So we're in talks with partnering with a hotel booking platform to give us all of their inventory. And if we also have a banking partner where whereby we don't have to pay out the host, because most hotels, big businesses, they don't accept Bitcoin for payment yet, but we can do the middle and pay out in cash or whatever their currency is, and accept Bitcoin for payment. So we're trying to create more value and more offerings every day. And so I wake up with this mission to, bring more people into Bitcoin and to distribute it throughout the world,
So one idea that just comes to mind, because I'm going through this process right now. So we've had our Airbnb for 4 years and I just haven't had time to manage it. And I feel like there's a lot of lost income. So I work with a lot of people internationally with our real estate business, freelancers and Upwork people. And all of the Airbnb, like all the short-term rental people that help people build their suite of listings and make sure it's listed on all of the websites, booking.com and building Lodgify websites.
Yeah.
They're all in Africa. They're in Nigeria. It's so strange. But there's a market right there for all the people that build, for anybody in the world that wants to have their Airbnb broadcasted to more people. They're in Africa. So you could go to Upwork and Freelancer and work with those people, then to put AirBTC on their list of how they build out all their listings.
Yeah. So the channel managers it's difficult because we haven't yet published an API. So the only way to actually make it happen is the live data of hey, is it available? Is it not? Is this the price? Is that not the price? So that's definitely on our radar. And Africa, it's funny, my co-founder's in Africa, and we actually, we think that it's a great place. And I, like you, have recently found out that a lot of these guys do work out of Africa. I think they're just super hungry,
Somebody started doing it. It was hey, I need.
This is how you do it. Yep.
It just multiplied.
Mm-hmm.
So I already messaged him and said, okay, he needs to go on AirBTC as well.
Nice.
So
Awesome. Thank you.
Will this allow rate codes to be integrated with CRMs or channel management?
I'm sorry, you were late, sir?
Noticeably.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just thought it was good timing.
Someone asked that question.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was just playing. CRMs is
Cool rate codes to connect to CRMs. That way you can update, a hotel, independent hotel can update their price or availability on your site with night time.
like Price Labs and.
yeah, an API, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, more rate codes than anything, the actual communication between the CRM and the booking. This would be the booking agent, right?
Right. So we are developing that. We don't have it currently. So everything's done. So we have we have all the seasonal data, but it's not how a lot of these guys do. If they only have one room left, the price goes up to $500. We don't have that, not yet. But the next iteration, version 2, will be coming out in probably January, February, and it will have everything and will be absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it doesn't, the site doesn't look bad from the outside, but from the inside, it's you missed this part. It's put together with duct tape and spit, in a nice way. It's a WordPress site, right? So.
Luckily, I was catching a lot of it live.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, look. Thank you. So you weren't late. Oh,
He
cool.
wasn't late. He was online. Just late in person.
And I love the sweater, dude.
Thanks.
It's awesome. Was that it?
Not yet.
Okay.
We still got time. You can
All
sit
right.
down though if you want, Jake.
No, it's okay. I have a long drive home
We
tonight.
Driving
back to Orlando?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's my birthday tomorrow. My wife told me if I don't come home, I'm doing something wrong.
Tell her you're staying at an AirBTC, man.
No. I don't have anything in Naples.
You will in a couple days.
Hey.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go.
Nice. I move fast.
I'm just curious, I mean, I know you're all over the world, so I just, for some reason today, I've been watching all this stuff about Iran and they're having water problems. And a lot of people are going to Turkey. And Turkey's a lot of places where people vacation. And they have yachts. People vacation on yachts there, and it's supposed to be quite nice. I was just curious if even if directly you've seen anything like, is there an increase in short-term stays in that country? In Turkey, I don't know.
Oh, well, we haven't had any data to suggest that.
Okay.
But we don't have a large presence in Turkey either.
Right, yeah.
So.
It's just something that's in my little, like, on my radar, just popped in.
Oh, I gotcha.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Go back to get off zero, just if I could a minute.
Yeah.
I just got a little quick story. In 2020 or 19, had a 20-year-old young electrician that I met, and I was telling him what he needed to know about Bitcoin. And we haven't seen each other for a while. And back in October the 7th or so, he texted me and said, "Hey," he said, "my little stack is 32K. This kid's been like $5 and $10.
Wow.
Of course, he's got much older now as well. But yeah, I mean, every human being should, as you said, just forego the Mickey D's and the wasting money here and there and all everywhere, and stack some stacks.
Yeah.
100%.
Or just give up some stupid crap.
Exactly. We both mentioned that we both have children, and I'm just curious, at what age do you think a child can understand and have even access to technology to use Bitcoin? About 7 or 8 or younger?
Well, in El Salvador, they start teaching kids as young as 7 years old how to build nodes, how to.
In the public school, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and they're teaching, and I was saying this to Maddie on the podcast that literally a lot of you are older, right? Let's not get it twisted. You're not the ones that are going to be taking Bitcoin to the next level. The next level for Bitcoin is the younger generation, and we have to teach these kids that they can find their own way and create whatever value they want to in the future, and how to do, and give them all the tools necessary, because that's truly when that's when we level up, is when a whole generation of people buy in, right? And I think that and the education is such an integral part of it. And I commend President Bukele and everything that they're doing in El Salvador, because the kids are our future, right? And we may not think of it if you don't have grandkids or something, but I have kids myself. I know you have kids, and I would imagine most people in the room have either kids or older children. But it really is all about the next generation, and that's why I'm doing this, right? It's not for me. It's early. Maddie said it. He's like, "Dude, you're like 10 years early." Good, because we push. If we're not doing it now, then why not us, right? Why can't we be the next avenue for people to get into Bitcoin or understand it? So we also have a partnership with Mi Primera Bitcoin, and in El Salvador, every AirBTC we have a booklet, the same materials that they used for the past 5 years in the school system there, and you can look at it firsthand in Spanish or in English and buy it right there or leave it. But yeah, education is such an integral part of this journey.
You speak Spanish?
Yo entiendo más en comparación de hablar, pero necesita más práctica. So I understand more than I speak, but I need more practice. But nobody in my business speaks Spanish, so it's hard.
A friend of mine just sent me a couple days ago, University of Tampa is offering a Bitcoin 101 course.
That's amazing.
Yes, that's courtesy of Bitcoin Bay. Our friends
Wesley.
Yeah.
Don't ever send him money.
Yeah.
Somebody scammed Wesley. Somebody posed as Wesley, the guy from Tampa.
Oh, really?
And he got like quarter of a Bitcoin or something crazy. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I think actually this thing with the education, I spoke at Cornell last month. They have a big Cornell and Ella Huff and those folks. They created a really cool place and for people to understand more about Bitcoin. But I think education at the collegiate level, they're like scraping. They're trying to find something like, how do we get kids more excited about something? And I think Bitcoin might be that thing because a lot of people feel disenfranchised. I was saying it earlier, and they just feel like they want to give up. Maybe not even go to school. Maybe just, And but yeah, I think to stay competitive, these colleges are going to have to come up with some sort of course curriculum to have Bitcoin excite the masses.
To stay competitive, our country needs to as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm America first, right? Like, I think if this administration or the next doesn't stay on track with like Bitcoin at the forefront of every aspect, we're going to lose it to other countries because this technology is still going to grow, right? Like if you push it out of the States, somebody else is going to benefit. So why not us? Like we should be all over this,
All right, what about current events? Oh, you have a question?
Swift has a ledger. Has that hit anybody's radar? That was announced a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, what they built it on, I forgot.
Wait, what did you say? Swift?
Yeah, like zero fees, right?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look.
So from what I understand, you can have like P2P, like settlement with zero fees for Bitcoin on Swift, which is awesome. That should drive adoption like crazy.
Yeah.
It's their own ledger?
I'm not exactly sure.
It was built on some layer one. I don't know.
not Bitcoin.
But it's coming. We got Jack Dorsey with Square, right?
Exactly.
That's huge.
4 million, is it 4 million or?
I'm not exactly sure.
I think there's 4 million users of Block,
Yeah, it's
farmers
massive.
markets and,
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I first,
It's
years
great.
ago,
Yeah.
would pay,
Cool. Yeah,
on their Block,
that's so
you
cool.
know?
Yeah.
And now, we accept Bitcoin.
Oh,
Mhm.
That's awesome.
tidbit of information.
And the Cash App,
Right, they
you can convert,
Mhm.
cash to Bitcoin, Bitcoin to cash, Bitcoin to Bitcoin, whatever.
So like, to the gentleman's point, kids, will not have any issues now, right? It's becoming like any other app where you don't need to know all the technical sides of it, to interact. But what we push here really, and I'm sure everyone already knows, but self-custody is key. Without that, we'll just repeat the
Absolutely.
right? We're just gonna go through all
Down
the
the same
same pains again.
Don't learn the hard way.
Right, so even though it's nice to have price exposure and all these things, put your long-term savings in self-custody and practice wallet recovery at least once a year, all right, where you actually restore a new wallet.
I was forced to.
Good, yeah.
I won't.
Yeah, you should have like a Bitcoin holiday where everybody's.
Hey, tell us your story. Tell us your recovery story.
Well, I don't remember what the reason was, but I plug in the Trezor and my Trezor app says, that's not gonna work. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Somebody might have tried to get in.
And it forced me to go through the recovery process. In fact,
Did you get a new device?
no, new secret.
Just recovered the same?
Yeah, let's see how it went.
Was your firmware not updated or something?
Oh, it had been locked away for 8 years.
For 8 years? Oh, really? Yeah.
Wait, that's who I want to. That's who I want to hang out with. Here, zoom in on him real quick.
But yeah, it said this is not gonna work. I'm like, oh my gosh, what do we do? And so, it said, let's see, no, that was the wrong one. So I don't remember the process that I went through, but then I lost my paperwork instead of having it on a stamp. Yeah, I bought one down, because I live in Indiana. I bought one down here, had to send in, and transferred it over. And I got home and I couldn't find it anywhere. My luggage, I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like, oh gosh. So and it had a pretty good amount on it, and so I wound up shipping all that out because I still could get into it, right? Because of my own little password.
Yeah.
And so I shipped it all out to other treasurers, and then I wasn't thinking, but I realized that I can actually once I got out of the worry, I could re-up it as a new wallet and get all new stuff. And so I mean, as long as I had someplace else to send it, I guess I could send it anywhere and ship it back.
Then change your seed phrase and open up a new wallet and then.
Yeah, it says, you know, when you can wipe, there's an option in your software to say, you know, do you want to wipe it clean? You know, is it all off? You know, do you want to, so yeah, I wipe it clean. And then it pops back up new and it says, is this, just like as if it was new in that box, is this a restore or is it
Or a new one.
a new one? Yeah.
I would have thrown it in there.
Just saying.
You throwing the old one in the fire?
Yeah, just to make
Buy
sure.
a new one?
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
But either way, the whole point is that if the little device that you get for your hardware wallet, that is the key to your Bitcoin. But if that device gets destroyed or lost or doesn't work anymore for some reason, all you have to do is buy a brand new device.
Absolutely.
And restore it with your seed phrase.
Right.
That's why your seed phrase is so important.
Right.
It's so important to keep that seed phrase secret and hidden, but in a place where you know where it is and you can get to it if you need it. And that's why Jake started his presentation with memorize 12 or 24 words,
Right.
and you can travel anywhere in the world. And when you get to where you're going, you can buy a new device and upload your seed phrase to it, and you still have access to your Bitcoin.
So is everybody in here comfortable with self-custody? Good.
We'll
If
never
not,
have the Von Trapp problem.
next meetup, yes. Next meetup, if you need any help setting up a wallet, bring it here, right? That's what we want to do here. We want to make sure everyone knows and is comfortable, and you know, we make sure you practice sending little test transactions and whatnot before you do anything big, right? Because then the nerves are calmed, right? It can be a little anxiety inducing, right? To send a lot of Bitcoin. Double, triple check those numbers, you know? But yeah, always take advantage of our Discord group. If you ever have questions, don't ever just send people money, right? Always do your due diligence. There's so many scammers online. Like we just heard, these impersonators are left and right, all over the damn place, right? So you really gotta guard. Yeah, you gotta guard yourself. And before you make any decisions, you know, if it sounds too good to be true, ask about it in the Discord group, right? And we'll give you an opinion, right? And so that's why we started this, because there needs to be a community elements. And also, if you wanted to ever swap Bitcoin, if you need cash, vice versa, take advantage of that here amongst Bitcoiners as well. We want to keep a circular economy. And yeah, if you are ever vacationing anywhere in the world, check out AirBTC.
Yeah.
Right? Make sure that you know, you take advantage of, you know, these new tools, these new outlets that are amazing to see. You know, who would have, under the you know, Gensler reign, under the Elizabeth Warren, you know, during those times, you know, this you know, we weren't looking at this anytime soon, but it's good to see things have shifted. It could go the opposite direction
Overnight.
Exactly. And that's why we practice self-custody, right? Is who knows, you know, we don't learn about this in school, but gold was seized, you know, under FDR, right?
Yeah.
Was it the second or junior or
Executive Order 6102.
was it Franklin?
Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin, okay. So
Yeah, for the good of the country.
for good of the country.
Seized all
right,
the gold
right.
at a certain price.
Yeah.
And then reevaluated the price.
The next
shortly
day,
thereafter.
it was the next day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's criminal, right? And there's discussion being had about, you know, self-custody being, you know, fringe and you know, like almost like it's like a anarcho tyranny or whatever, right? It's just nuts. So if they go ahead and try that, the only way we can peacefully resist that is by, having your own keys. So, always want to impress that. Without that, this whole movement doesn't, it's just going to be gold 2.0 essentially, where they'll hypothecate our Bitcoin and lend us paper.
But they will wind up with it all, almost, because everyone will cash out for the new motorcycle or house or condo or yacht or jet
and
along the way.
Hopefully they don't cash out everything.
Not everybody, but a lot of people will.
But that's just gonna go to the smart person who's selling that. not
Whoever's
to
got
the
the most
government.
dough when the price is so high.
Yeah.
Well, if you're just converting it to cash to then use that cash to buy whatever you're looking to buy, then it's the exchanges getting the Bitcoin, it's the ETFs or whatever, and
And the middleman of the transaction. So if you're going to buy a jet and you go to Coinbase and sell your coins on Coinbase, you're not only getting hit with the tax, you're getting hit with that transaction fee, right? So what you need to do is find the guy who's selling the jet and be like, dude, take fucking Bitcoin, huh?
That's why I want the People's Reserve.
Yeah.
It's something solid.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to sell your Bitcoin. You get the house as collateral.
Yeah.
Is that CJ's platform?
It's custody by a private enterprise.
Right, yeah.
The government's not part of it, essentially. Right?
It's still
Hopefully.
Yeah, when you leverage your Bitcoin, right, you're somewhat, playing with the traditional finance, vehicles, which is, going to be beneficial in terms of, price appreciation. Like you keep your Bitcoin, right? But I don't know. I'm a little torn on all this stuff because everybody's going to they're going to, leverage their Bitcoin, take out loans against their Bitcoin, all that stuff, and you can't blame them, right? But that really just feeds the beast, all right? It's continuing the same system and leveraging your Bitcoin, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. People are going to do it. Might as well be Bitcoiners doing it, right? It might as well be Bitcoiners taking advantage of this so that, at least it's good people, taking advantage of these tools. But I don't know. I'm with Jeff Booth on the idea that the only way we'll win, the only way we'll come back to a gold standard of sorts where Congress actually has to listen to the people if they want to declare war, right? If they want to raise funds and go to war, then they'll actually have to listen to the people. And the only way we'll ever get back to that point is if we defund that machine. And the only way we'll ever do that is by not playing their Wall Street games, right? By hodling our Bitcoin and keeping it amongst one another, treating it as a store of value and as a money, right? But the store of value elements is, that's long-term thinking, but we also have to live day to day. And that's where I understand where you want the best of both worlds. But I don't know, I'm young. I got kids that are young, right? And the world is, we have two ways we can go here, right? We're looking at utopia or we're looking at like a Mad Max reality.
Yeah. So, because Paul will keep talking forever if I don't stop. So we talked about the Cypherpunk'd podcast.
Shut up, Paul.
The Cypherpunk'd podcast. Paul is currently releasing the Knut Svanholm series. If anybody knows who Knut Svanholm is, he's the one that came up with the meme infinity over 21 million, right? Everything divided by 21 million. So Maddie did a series with Knut, but one of the things Knut and I, when he was here in town to do the series, he and I spent a lot of time together because I was his chauffeur. And we talked about this whole borrowing against your Bitcoin thing and leveraging your Bitcoin. And he reminded me of something very important, that in every one of those cases where you're borrowing against it, you're giving up custody and you're taking a risk. So there's a risk factor there.
Third party risk.
Right?
Absolutely.
There's a third party risk, which is not part of the Bitcoin ethos. So even CJ's fantastic people's reserve and as good as a salesman as CJ is, and if it creates a way for you to buy a house, that's fantastic and it gives you an opportunity, but you're taking a risk by giving your Bitcoin to CJ to hold, CJ's company, People's Reserve,
Right.
to hold on to it while you use it you use those dollars for these other things. So that's why it's important to remember self-custody is key. Hold your own Bitcoin and don't let it go if you can avoid it. But these lending products are there for convenience, and you take a risk by turning your Bitcoin over to someone else's custody.
But also do your due diligence. If you're going to take a loan out, make sure they're not going to rehypothecate your Bitcoin.
Yeah, for sure.
Because some of them blatantly say that they will.
Yeah.
Because they have to tell us. But nobody reads the fine print.
Right. Yeah, I avoided the whole
Celsius?
no
BlockFi?
BlockFi thing because
FTX.
I actually read the entire agreement, and it
No wonder you got light
and
here.
it said in there
He's just old.
we rehypothecate your Bitcoin, and so I still did it because I was going to do because the interest rate was so good, but I didn't go all in. I did just a small portion, and luckily I got it out before the whole BlockFi thing went down. But yes, you got to be very careful.
I have a funny joke about FTX. America is like very, they saw this guy on TV and they're like, oh my God, he has autism. He must be a genius, But he ended up stealing everybody's money. I don't know where the punchline was in that, but
Actually autistic.
no, but actually there's a spectrum of Bitcoiners. Yeah, my friend Texas Slim, he's like a cowboy. I don't know if you know Texas Slim. So on one side you got cowboys, and then you have on the other side autists. And most Bitcoiners are on this spectrum, either autistic spectrum or they want freedom and the cowboy stuff. Also, I don't know where the punchline is with that, but
Self-custody.
yeah, self-custody. No, but I think it might be fun for you guys next time. Maybe you get some jades, your next meetup, get some jades, have people write their own QR code. I don't know if anyone here has set up a jade. It's very cheap. It's like $60. Yeah, it's JADE. And
It's a wallet.
Oh, I see.
It's a wallet.
and you can create your own QR code. Like it's like a color by numbers thing.
Yeah.
It's very cool. My kids did it. You might want to do it with your kids. But after you do it and you put Bitcoin on the signing device, you can actually like hit it with a hammer, right? And just like destroy it. And then get another jade, pop it out,
Yeah.
scan it.
Natalie did one of those, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Brunel?
Yeah, on
Oh, nice.
Is that one here gapped as well?
I don't think that one is.
So
A cold
QR
card.
code is the seed phrase or what?
Yeah.
QR code restores it.
Yeah.
Ledger has a new thing where they have a little square thing where what's the same as the BitKey. The BitKey has
That's
similar technology, right?
Does anybody have any problem with Ledger? Like they give you like stomach ulcers?
Oh, yeah. They have a back door. Ledger has a back door. So if you have anything on a Ledger, get it off of the Ledger like now.
What do you mean they have a back door?
There's a back door.
It's only if you use that service that.
Ledger
You
lot.
already said you're not in bed with Big Brother. They are
But
asking.
if that service is an option, right, then that just shows that they have the capability.
Yeah, right.
Well, the key sharding service is the same thing. It's giving up custody of your key.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So
Not your keys, not your cheese.
But if you don't use the key sharding service, then the ledger's fine.
I kind of consider it to be just like an exchange on.
Yeah.
As far as how.
It was the way they handled it.
Yeah.
They botched it, right? Like the community had all the right to be concerned, and
We
they
still
just
recommend ledgers for it.
well because of the ease of use, right? But we like Trezor as like it's widely respected as being an open source wallet, right? You can review the code yourself.
I do have a question about that.
Gold card.
Cold card
Model
Q.
T, is it going to become obsolete or is it already obsolete and I shouldn't be using it?
Model T.
Yeah,
Yeah, the original.
original.
Trezor Model T?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Are they saying you have to update and
Well, you should always get the new firmware.
and is it not?
But it's not even, I don't think it's on the website this month.
I doubt that it would become defunct like that it would be obsolete.
But it's a signing device, so it really doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
Right,
Why?
you just need it to
It's a
do its
signing
core
device.
function, right? You just need it to approve transactions. Like, it should always have that capability. And if not, you have the seed phrase, you just get a new wallet. You know, if you need to. But, yeah. Any other questions?
Cold hard Q is definitely what I would recommend, but it's super hard and difficult to set up. I don't know if anyone's ever done it, but cold card Q. Yeah, the new one. It's
Or BTC sessions.
yeah.
Usually avoid things with Q in it.
Oh, QAnon? Is this thing on? Oh, shit. But yeah, thank you guys. Please follow us on Twitter. Be a user of AirBTC. If you have any short-term listings, please let us know. We'd love to feature them. Definitely in Naples. I'm gonna put you guys as soon as that comes to fruition. We'll put you. We'll blast it out and tag you guys or something, and maybe I don't know. It'll be a marketable event. Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for that.